I arrived to Las Vegas a few days early for the Fallout New Vegas fan meetup so I could explore some real-life locations from the game. If you want to make the same pilgrimage yourself, stay tuned because I'm going to share some tips and tricks and how my experience was. Last year I stayed at a hotel and I would Uber to and from the event, and I was just kind of stuck. This year I wanted more freedom to get around, so I rented a camper van. For housing and transportation, I spent half as much as I did last year. I ended up going with Travelers Auto Barn because they had the best reviews online and had unlimited miles, and I was going to be driving a lot. Their newer, nicer vans cost barely any more than their old ones, and I ended up getting an older one because I booked 1 week before the event, so there wasn't a whole lot of time to choose. And this isn't an ad or anything either, I just really like their van and I highly recommend them. My first location was the old Mormon Fort. When you're doing this trip, make sure you plot out all the points you want to go and go to them in the order that saves the most gas. Okay, I'm here at the old Mormon Fort, and what is your name?
My name is Sherry. Fallout has really been about 25% of our demographic in the last probably 2 years. Cool. Fallout fans are very modest, so we started embracing that they're coming and advertising and selling things regarding Fallout. So now when Fallout fans walk in, we are ecstatic to have them here, and we embrace it.
It was really welcoming to see all the Fallout decorations and merch they had scattered throughout the site, and the tour guide there was so knowledgeable. The fort was established in 1855 by a group of Mormon settlers, and it was initially built as a way station for travelers along the Old Spanish Trail and served as a self-sustaining agricultural settlement. It was the first permanent structure in what would later become the city of Las Vegas. But more importantly, it's where you find Arcade Gannon and a snow globe. And it's funny because you can go up to that same building where the snow globe is, and they actually have some props up there and a hidden snow globe. I just wasn't able to go up this day.
Well, I know. She's always pretty friendly.
Hello.
Yes.
And your whiskers. Sound funny. Good puppy. Yeah, when you put them like, I take videos of my cat. I'm arriving to Nellis Air Force Base. We'll see if they let me in looking like this, you know. I was only able to get into Nellis because I happen to have a military ID. If you want to go, make sure you go on a day they're having an event or get a pass ahead of time. You can't record in military bases, so I can't show you guys what I saw in there, but it was so cool. I got to be extremely close to jets taking off, see them training just overhead, and it was so loud. And there's a couple museums in there and so much to see. I loved it. Got my bed all set up. And I'm going to sleep, and I'm on a random area somewhere weird. I debated driving to Zion the next day, but instead I decided to stay in the area, and this is my current route so far. I then went an hour west to Mount Charleston to go see Jacobstown in real life. At the Mount Charleston Visitor Center, and it's already freezing outside. At the Visitor Center, there's this memorial to the silent heroes of the Cold War. Very topical on a video about Fallout. There's also a cave way over there. I'd like to get in that. Dude, there's Night Stalkers. Heller from a crashed plane that was going to Area 51. The visitor center here was so modern. It was the best visitor center I've seen in any park. Oh my god, almost to the top, 7,600 feet. Seeing Jacobstown in real life is hard because technically it's 3 to 5 spread out locations in the same area. Here is where you'll find those little cabins packed tightly together and is kind of the more town part of Jacobstown. I stopped and made myself some breakfast here and explored the hills in the area, and it was just breathtaking. At a little rest stop, about 9,000 feet up right now. It's insane. And it's been snowing a little bit and hailing. So there's the whole desert down there. I ended up at Lee Canyon, the local ski resort, and I didn't even know there was a ski resort in Vegas. It was early November, but people were still skiing, and there wasn't much snow. It's worth it to come check out, ride the chairlift, go to the top, or go hike Griffith Peak if you have the skills to do that. The most actual Jacobstown thing is the retreat on Charleston Peak. It's at the base of the hill, so you don't have to go too far, and it is just so cool. It's 1-for-1 from the game. The interior is identical, and it even has the pinball machine from the game, the vintage pinball machine. What the heck? And are you from here?
Yes.
Okay. And you just learned that the lodge rework is a big part of the video game.
Yeah. I was really surprised. That's awesome.
And then you said some guests are staying
Oh,
here?
yeah, because last night the guests checked in, and they were saying they're going to Indian Springs. Is that where it's at?
Goodsprings.
Goodsprings, yeah. For the convention, and I had no idea that it was, that this is in the game. Yeah.
Totally.
Sorry.
And then what is your advice to the world? of all my 100 followers.
Oh my gosh. Just live every day like it's your last day.
I agree with that. Fist
Boom.
bumps.
Yeah.
That's, like when you look out, it looks like the graphics haven't rendered for just looking out the horizon.
Yeah, where are the great cons? We're at Red Rock Canyon. Made it to Red Rock. Gotta pay $20 to drive around for the day, but really there's only about an hour and a half left to be able to go through. So yeah, there's certain free days like holidays, but right now you gotta pay about $22 unless you're like maybe a veteran. Pretty cool. There's the Red Rocks.
Right.
Tortoise Crossings.
Head north on Scenic Loop Drive toward Inner Grand Circle Trail. Continue on Scenic Loop Drive for 12 miles.
That is just beautiful. Wow. Kind of shitty weather today, but perfect here, unlike Mount Charleston. Red Rocks is a great climbing destination. It made me wish I brought my gear. These guys were climbing all the walls there, and I just hiked around on foot, and it was just so fun. I wish I spent an entire day there. Where are the great cons? Where are the great cons? Where are the great cons? Okay, Goodsprings is straight that way, but that hill I recognize, that hill right there, there's fucking like that's like a spawn. I think it's a rat spawn or a golden, yeah, it's a golden gecko spawn. Yeah. Look at that view. Going to the sign from the game, from the hit show, Fallout New Vegas, Breaking Bad. The nice part about this location is there's free parking right here, and it's really easy to get to. Definitely lock your valuables though. And it's right in the middle of Vegas, right below Mandalay Bay. It's Mandalay Bay. Yep. That's a hotel. Yeah. And a bunch of buses come here on tours, so that's annoying. You know, it's not as tall as in the game. You'd think it'd be taller. I don't know where it was originally. Maybe I'll insert that after the fact. And finally, I went to the Fall New Vegas Day event. The best real life location is Goodsprings. Click the link video or go to my page to watch all that action. If you don't know about this event, look up Fallout New Vegas Day. It's every November. Dress up. Please come. Just returned my car to Traveler's Auto Barn. And, you know, if you get it with a quarter tank, you only have to return it with a quarter tank. Yeah, it was a great experience, 10 out of 10. Shout out Nico from there. She's was the one who helped me on the way in and out, luckily. So, yeah, it was lit. And I'm going to get an Uber back to the airport. And I hate the airport here.